On the go? So are we. Get the IBJ Media app, your all-in-one news source for Indiana business news. Get breaking news alerts, read every story from IBJ, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Lawyer, and listen to your favorite podcasts all in one place. Big news, small screen. Search IBJ Media and download the app today.
Kratos Defense Security Solutions is doubling down on its commitment in Indiana, announcing it will build a second hypersonics-related facility in Odon. The company says the new investment in the Davis County town is expected to create more than 50 jobs. Kratos is currently building a $50 million Indiana payload integration facility at the Westgate Crane Technology Park in Odon, which is expected to be complete by the end of this year. It is estimated the motorsports industry has a nearly $3 billion impact on the Indiana economy, and industry observers say that number could grow with increasing momentum, especially in central Indiana. Longtime industry insider Raleigh Helmling is director of motorsports for the Indiana Economic Development Corporation.
Actually, in the Indianapolis metropolitan area, in the last few years, we've added about 700,000 square feet of new racing operations facilities. Of course, we've all heard about what TWG Motorsports are doing with the Cadillac Formula One program with the marvelous facility over 400,000 square feet in Fishers. And then their Andretti Global IndyCar operation has taken over the former IndyStar printing operation in Indianapolis and done a total renovation on that. Then you do what Ed Carpenter's doing up in Westfield. You look at what the Rahalls have done in Zionsville. And then, of course, McLaren took over the former IndyCar shop and probably invested well north of $25 million just to renovate that facility.
From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Indiana, start your engines. Join us from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for our Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard, presented by LiUNA. All month long, we'll bring you exclusive interviews, features, and a behind-the-scenes look at how the business of motorsports and racing drive the Indiana economy. Business at the Brickyard. It's front-row access you won't want to miss. Indiana farmers and agribusiness owners are reporting steep increases in property tax assessments on livestock barns, grain facilities, and storage structures this year.
Our partners at Hoosier Ag Today report some agricultural buildings are seeing assessed values climb by as much as 300%, a surge that farm groups warn could deepen financial strain across a struggling rural economy. The increases stem largely from updated construction cost tables issued by the Indiana Department of Local Government Finance, which had not been fully revised since 2022 and were still based on pre-inflation construction data from 2021. The revised formulas now reflect the sharp rise in labor and material costs that followed the pandemic-era construction boom. Ag leaders with the Indiana Farm Bureau and the Agribusiness Council of Indiana say they have begun discussions with state lawmakers about possible relief measures, including lowering the property tax cap on agricultural buildings from 3% to 2%. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The University of St. Francis will today christen its Lafayette site. The Fort Wayne University says its expanded programming will address workforce development needs in the region's healthcare sector. A Purdue University-affiliated startup has received a federal grant to further develop its biotechnology aimed at improving the production of wheat and other cereal crops. Novin Agritech received an 8-month, $175,000 Small Business Innovation Research grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and says the funds will go toward the technical validation of its core platform technology and the exploration of its use in other crops. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.